We're going to dive into 5 laws of power that all baddies and pretty girls and girls who want to become the best version of themselves need to know. If you're a beautiful baddie and you want to remain a beautiful baddie and not literally be drained of all of your energy, you need to be aware of law number 10, which is literally avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. If you're the type of person, if you're the type of girly who's always hanging around people that constantly have to find something negative about everything, like when it's sunny outside, oh my God, the sun is in my eyes, I hate warm weather. When it's cold outside, oh my God, the cold, I hate the cold. Like they always have to find something negative, something terrible they're going through. You are setting yourself up for long-term failure, and you're setting yourself up for being a saddie and not a baddie. But the ugly truth about law number 10 is that the unhappy and the unlucky actually might be friends, family, and even yourself. And obviously, you can't isolate yourself from yourself, but you can take a step back and you can admit to yourself that you are probably someone who's very negative, who's always talking about everything going wrong. Only when you do that can you start getting rid of that. And only then will you also see exactly why you are always spending time around unhappy and unlucky people. Because when you suddenly isolate yourself away from the unhappy and the unlucky people, you'll actually realize how unhappy and unlucky you're always thinking. And then you'll clock the patterns in your own head and be like, yo, I don't want to do that anymore. Actively, you have to get tired of your own mindset. That's what happens when you cut out the unhappy and unlucky people from your life, and then you have to be isolated with yourself. You will grow tired of the version of yourself and the mind space you created for yourself, so that you're forced to change it, so that you will stop attracting unhappy and unlucky people. And another thing is that unhappy and unlucky people, negative Nancy's, they always want you to be negative. And if you're a people pleaser on top of this, you will end up literally succumbing to always trying to make them happy, which means that you'll always try to be negative to please them. You can't afford that if you want to be a baddie who wins. And if you don't want to be a saddie. The next law is play dumber than you are. I know you're a baddie with a brain. I know you want to show everyone and their mom that you are smart. I know that you might be a neurodivergent girly who has a lot of special interests and you want to tell everyone about how smart you are. And whenever they say something that's not true or whenever their grammar is off, you want to correct it. But if you actually want to be successful and you want to be a baddie who is not literally held back by all of the saddies, you have to be comfortable playing a little dumb and maybe playing a little more into being ditzy and not really quite getting what's going on. This is especially true when you're trying to stay away from the unhappy and the unlucky and you're trying to create distance from them. If you're always trying to be the smart person in the room and you're always trying to prove to stupid, unhappy, and unlucky people that you're smart, you will all look stupid from a distance. I will promise you that. The smartest thing you can do as a baddie is understand that in certain situations and around certain people, the smartest thing to do is to play dumb. And it's also understanding that if you really know that you are smart, you don't need to prove it to anyone. You can literally run around acting like the dumbest person ever, seeming like the dumbest person, dumb, blonde, whatever. And you will know deep down that you are smart. If you have to prove to everyone that you are super, super smart, then most likely people will make you do more. And the unhappy and the unlucky people will try to make you have empathy and sympathy for them and make you people please them because they don't want to get rid of their victim mentality. They just want you to cater to it because apparently you are so smart. This also goes for men. A lot of men will want you to be very smart and show how smart you are. Show that you're this extremely capable woman who's both smart and who's also beautiful. And if you're both smart and beautiful, they will definitely make you try to prove yourself even more. And this is when they make you do more. This is when they make you prove yourself. And you're like, I'm the smartest woman. I can do everything. And they're like, yeah, gotcha. Because now we're going to give you all of these tasks. And that's how you're going to end up being burned. The unlucky, unhappy women, men, whoever who's around will use your smartness to make you prove that you are a good person. And you probably are, but it's not your job to make sure that they're happy all the time. And sometimes it's just better to play into being a little stupid instead of trying to save everyone and their mom who's not willing to save themselves. The next one is one you will absolutely not like me for saying, which is do not isolate yourself. A lot of people today are talking about how they want a village and it takes a village to make sure we're all good. You can't have a village if you are not a villager. You cannot be the baddie you want to be. You cannot become the successful woman you want to be who is making an impact on a lot of people if you are only willing to sit by yourself and never talk to anyone, never meet with anyone. And in today's day and age, we're all talking about how, oh my God, I'm just socially anxious. And I'm sure that you might be. But I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. If you want to become the version of yourself that you want to be. I'm not telling you that you need to go out and be friends with everyone and their mom. I'm not telling you to be able to clock every single conversation. I'm telling you that showing up in this world matters. And you cannot be seen for who you want to be if you are not comfortable being seen in the crowd. If you are someone who is not too comfortable with always being outside and you want to have a little bit more of the comfort of also being at home, I can suggest putting yourself out there by putting yourself in a coffee shop, doing whatever work you need to do in a coffee shop. Isolating yourself is especially dangerous for women when it comes to dating because we're sitting at home all the time. Do you expect Harry Styles to appear in your room? I don't know if you guys love Harry Styles or something. Do you expect the perfect Edward Cullen boyfriend to spawn in your room? You will miss out on a lot of valuable information, a lot of valuable nuances if everything for you is going through a screen. You have to put yourself out there. You have to make yourself visible. Law number 28. Enter action with boldness. You need to be bolder. When you are more bold, and I'm not telling you need to wear like a clown costume to work so that everyone thinks you're super bold. But when you enter with boldness, if you're the type of person who might be a little more funny, a little more dumb acting, a little more this and this and that. If you come off a little bold in some type of area, people will be more likely to be wowed by the fact that you're willing to enter with boldness, and you will be able to make mistakes easier on your journey to becoming the dream version of yourself. Being bolder has nothing to do with trying to manipulate people into thinking you're some perfect person who's like able to be the life of the party. No, it's understanding that when you're willing to put yourself out there a little extra, oh, she wears a little extra makeup, or oh, she's like a little extra colorful in the way she dresses, or her hair is a little different, not even a lot, or she's willing to try out a little more crazy things. She's a little extra nice. She's a little extra this. Whatever extra suits you. People will literally assume that you're going to be a bold person. So whatever it is you're trying out, you can boldly fail as well. You can literally let yourself fail. And you will also get comfortable in the fact that you can fail. I'm a bold person, I'm gonna fail. You enter with boldness so people also don't really notice the fact that sometimes you'll fail very nicely and nonchalantly. And you will be better at getting yourself up again and moving along. Any mistakes you make with audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. That's exactly what it says in this book. If you're a little extra dumb or you're a little more clueless or whatever, you can lean into that and be a little bold with it, have a little fun with it. You will have an easier time failing, which will make you have an easier time becoming better at what you're trying to do. Which is exactly what leads me to the last law that all baddies and girlies who want to get whatever they want in their life needs to know, which is never appear too perfect. You have to let perfection out the window and it's never coming back in. Both for your own good, but also when it comes to being around people. This is exactly why you gotta be bold. And sometimes you gotta play dumb. Not because you're stupid, but because sometimes it's better to let your guard down and let people understand that you're an imperfect person. It's better to come off as the person who's not always perfect than the person who is literally so stuck up in trying to be perfect that if you put a lump of coal up there, you know what? It will turn into a diamond within 24 hours because that's how stuck up they are. People will give you more grace when they understand that you're not a perfect person. And that will give you more leverage when it comes to moving in the direction that you want to move. If you're too perfect, too smart, too beautiful, too everything, and especially someone who's too good at handling everything, people will try to find something on you that they can make seem like it's imperfect. They will go dig for that. It is better for you to make it clear that there are certain things about you that are imperfect, like little fun quirks, or if it's the wrong people and you want to be let off easy, make up some fake embarrassing stories. You will buy yourself a lot of time, a lot of grace, and you will be able to move towards being the baddie that you deserve to be. These are the 5 rules of power that all baddies and girlies, pretty girls need to know. Now go be the best version of yourself.